We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yes, we got to start off with Chappell the clown and the liar for being exposed. Okay, yet again. Finally, people are waking up to the lies that this clown has been spewing. Now, if you guys don't know, Chappell has been getting dragged on social media for lying about her real life before fame. See, Chappell the clown lied to many of her fans and said that she grew up poor and that she had to struggle. Okay? But actually, there has been receipts that have resurfaced onto X. Unfortunately, receipts live on the internet, where it has been reported that her family is rich. Her papa, who sadly passed away in 2016, owned an insurance company, and allegedly her mother owned a hospital. On top of that, it was reported that Chappell the clown and industry plant went to Grammy camp, okay, which is $3,000 a week. Imagine going to a camp that is $3,000 a week, and I still don't think she has that much talent. I'm like, what did she go to camp for? For show and tell? Now, you may be wondering, oh, why does this matter? Well, she has lied to the public and said that she grew up poor. That's why it matters.
I've been poor. And so I know that I can be happy and poor.
Yeah.
Then remember, this whole lied and said at the Grammys that she couldn't afford health insurance? Well, that allegedly was a lie too.
I would demand that labels and the industry profiting millions of dollars off of artists would offer a livable wage and health care, especially to developing artists.
But allegedly, she already has health insurance. She comes from a wealthy family. And even if the labels don't pay for your insurance, she can get insurance on her end if she's a millionaire. Okay? Like, she doesn't have to have the labels pay for that. But she was already rich before she became famous. That's the key. Now, with that being said, it only gets worse for the clown. Unfortunately, it also has been revealed by the Daily Mail the identity of Chappell Roan's security guard who approached the stepdaughter of player Jorginho, who aggressively went to the stepdaughter and said basically to stop harassing Chappell. According to what the newspaper has uncovered, the security guard who approached the daughter was indeed the singer security guard, even though Chappell the clown and liar claimed that it was not her personal security. I always knew Chappell was a liar. I never liked her. Y'all know that. If y'all been on the channel, y'all know I never liked her. I always knew she was a lying Pisces. She's not a Libra, but they lie too. That's why Rihanna told y'all the album was coming out in 2019 and we're in 2026 and the album's not out yet. Now, the security guard decided to put out a statement denying that he works for Chappell the clown, but I'm sure he got paid to say that. Now they trying to say, oh, he's Sabrina Carpenter's security guard. It don't matter. He was Chappell's security guard that night, and Chappell the clown and liar is receiving 50,000 lashes. Now, moving on from that, Ckiminaj has the most concerts with over 2 million in ticket sales by female rapper via touring data. Ckiminaj has 20 concerts with over 2 million in ticket sales. And Cardi B is in second place with 6. Doja Cat is at number 3 with 4. Missy, the icon, she has 1. She comes in at number 4 with just 1, which is honestly kind of shocking. But where the hell is Megan Thee Stallion? Didn't Megan Thee Stallion do a tour? What happened? But like I said before, people probably weren't really buying tickets. That's why touring data till this day has not shown the full gross amount for the Megan Thee Stallion Hot Girl Summer Tour. No shade. Not only that, Ckiminaj has the highest grossing tour show or concert, which was at the Madison Square Garden, where she earned $2.8 million, and that's the highest a female rapper has earned for a show in history. But a lot of fans are speculating that Cardi B will be taking Nicki Minaj's record once she does her second leg. She did tease that she will be going to Europe. She might take a break and go to Europe in the next few months. Now, let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, Cardi B also brought out Lil' Kim at Madison Square Garden, but will she give Lil' Kim a verse? Okay, she brought out Lil' Kim, but will she give Lil' Kim a verse? We haven't seen a Cardi B or heard a Cardi B collaboration with Lil' Kim, but they claim that they love each other so much. When is y'all gonna collaborate? Now, moving on from that, is Nicki trying to get her lickety lick back at Megan or Devil Nation again? Because Tory posted something about Slutty Bass. He did like a commercial featuring Doodle Garbage. And he had in the little advertising or commercial, whatever you want to call it, it looked like it was something was coming from space, and they were referring to aliens. And fans are saying, didn't Nicki say that aliens have landed in Yag City? Remember, she said that, I think it was a few weeks ago or a few months ago. So a lot of people are speculating that Nicki and Tory will finally do something together. Okay? Let me know if you guys would be here for it. Now, Latto did an interview with Paper Magazine, and she looked really good in the magazine cover, but she decided to clear the air for people who've been questioning her relationship with 21 Below Average. She said, I have nothing to prove to anyone. I have no rumor to clear up. I've been with my man for years now, and it ain't going nowhere. To me, that's clearly a result of me moving and operating how I do. When it comes to female rappers, female artists, we're told that we have to put so much of our life out there. Then it becomes too much about our personal life and not enough of the music. That's how stuff ends up crashing and burning, because you got too many cooks in the kitchen. I'm my own person outside of my relationship as well. I don't want to make that the forefront of my existence, my career. I got a man at home. I'm happy. I'm well taken care of. And that's all anyone needs to know. She also said, I definitely was terrified of what everyone was going to think. And you know, those stigmas that motherhood is going to slow you down. But I feel like I'm more motivated than I've ever been in my life. I was so worried in the beginning, and I literally laugh at how worried I was now. I can't imagine my life today being any other way. Is like it was written. Then she said, in regards to the Gold Girl lyrics, where she says, Big Mama, no kids. She said, I've been waiting to speak on that. I recorded that verse almost 2 years ago. I was not pregnant. I'm not a cap-ass bitch. Let me clear that up. Okay, so she's referring to her Gold Girl verse on Summer Walker's album, and she says, you know, Big Mama, no kids, but a lot of people thought that verse was recent. And when it came to the business and personal intro, she said that she wanted the listeners to still have a good time. She said, I was very particular about not wanting this to be lame and hella mature to the point where it feels like, dang, she not Latto no more. Like, nah, be where I'm still Big Mama. I just got a belly on me. Okay, so that's what she said in her Paper Magazine interview, and she was on the cover. In my opinion, when it comes to the relationship with 21 Below Average, I feel like it still overshadows the music. Like, she's saying she don't want to overshadow it, but I feel like you hiding the relationship overshadows the music anyway. Because if you notice, you got 1,000,007 million views when it comes to your pregnancy pictures. You never was getting millions of views before then. Because you're pregnant, you're getting these views. But then it doesn't translate into people listening to your song. And that's why it's flopping. Okay? That's why your streams are low, because the secretive relationship is all people talk about when it comes to you scratch off. And it's been like that for years, low key. I feel like you hiding it makes people want to tune into that a little bit more instead of the music. And I don't think she's honest as to why they're hiding the relationship. We all know 21 Below Average is married. Point blank, period. That's why you're hiding it. It has nothing to do with the fact that, female artists gotta showcase their relationship or showcase more information than male artists. That's not necessarily true. Zendaya's private. What do we talk? And we know she with Tom Holland. I know she's not necessarily an artist, but she's a female actress. And now our people are saying, oh, 21, he finally posted scratch off. He's claiming her. He's proving the haters wrong. I mean, him posting her magazine cover really doesn't say much. Why won't he do a joint photo shoot with scratch off since they bringing a baby into the world? Why was he hiding in the behind the scenes music video that she posted on her YouTube? And also, his hands were the only thing in the music video. Why won't he claim scratch off as his girl? Big mama, not the little one? That sounds like something a Stan would say. A Stan or one of the 000s. Why won't he say, this is my lady, my woman, the person I want to be with, the love of my life? He don't address scratch off like that, but they've been together 4 or 5 years. How is that possible? That doesn't logically make any sense. Now, moving on from that, Rihanna told the police that Rocky was sleeping when she heard the shots. When the shooting stopped, she grabbed him out of bed, told him they were being shot at, and pushed both of them to the ground. They ran into the house to check on their children. Now, my whole thing is, as we clearly can see, there were gunshots in the trailer which Rihanna and ASAP were allegedly in. How was he sleeping through all the gunshots? I don't understand that. That is very weird. Now, I know there's people that are heavy sleepers, right? But I feel like it's just inexcusable for him to, not be woken up by the shots. I'm like, Rihanna woke you up. Like, what were you on that day? Because it would have to be some sort of substance that you would have to be on to hear, any type. And it's not like they live in a hood. You're in Beverly Hills, right? You're not in the hood. You're in a nice area. Obviously, it's not gated, but that's Rihanna's fault. Okay, still a nice area. So it just doesn't logically make any sense. I think that him not being woken up immediately by the shots is very, very, very suspicious, in my opinion. Now, Camel Face, in his interview with GQ, talked about Blue Ivy performing on stage. And allegedly, there's been some speculation that Beyonce is already rehearsing for the next tour and already planning for Act 3 because she's in Tokyo. Camel Face said on the first tour, there was a lot of conversation around her first performance, and she worked really hard to get to that point, but we still wasn't going for it. She still was going through the motions, and then she just started fighting back. I saw her fight maybe the first time in her life. Not everything is just given to her and everything is easy. She fought for it. She almost on every count. I had to take her off. Ma'am, you can't be on the stage when she's singing 6-inch heels. Are you crazy? Okay. Now, I went to the Cowboy Carter tour and Beyonce didn't perform 6-inch heels. Now, maybe she performed that on Renaissance. That could be the case. I don't remember. I wasn't at the Renaissance tour. But on Cowboy Carter, she didn't perform 6-inch. So a lot of people are speculating that 6-inch will be in Act 3's tour set list. Okay, especially when she's going to be in her rock era. That song is a little bit dark. It's not necessarily rock, but it's a little bit dark. She might try to put her own rock spin to it. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I definitely would be here for it. And then Queen Zendaya picks Hunter from Euphoria and Beyonce as two famous people she would choose to be her bridesmaid. Okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it. Hunter makes sense because I heard that they're really close. Beyonce, maybe because she a fan of Beyonce, but I feel like that would be kind of weird if Beyonce was your bridesmaid. You know, you should have chose Alexa, you know, like Demi from, you know, Euphoria or something. Like, Beyonce, I'm like, why her? She's like 20 years older than you. I mean, y'all don't have that. I've never known y'all to be close, you know, unless we don't know something that everyone else knows. But I feel like maybe she's saying it because she's a fan, but I don't know. I feel like that was a little bit odd, in my opinion. But Beyonce being a bridesmaid, that would be lit. I know Solange had her as, you know, her bridesmaid. You know, Kelly probably not. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Justin and Usher, 50 Cent and Diddy, Camel Face and J. Cole on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day.